This is Cronk chapter 4. I had already typed in the data. I want to show you something on the computer here. Variable view. Notice how the decimals all set at 0. And also please note that the names I have, like in the textbook, all in caps. All in caps over here. And notice the label. I have the label listed because that's what's going to show up on your charts when you print them. Okay? And notice also we have the values. There's a value mentioned you're supposed to label in the book. 1 equals male, 2 equals female for the sex. So I'm done with that. I'm going to click cancel. And notice it's scale, scale, nominal. Okay, we're going to go back to the data view. And I want to show you something. Go to page, let's see, now we have our data in. Go to page number 34. We're going to do the descriptive statistics. I want to show you something here. Analyze, descriptive, and they select height, weight, and sex. You can click on it and you can do the arrow key, or you can double click. Click twice with the left one, and you can move it over that way. And let's click OK. I was in this earlier, so there's my output. Notice my output, the numbers don't look the same as in the textbook. They were 60.00. I was showing you that because I want to, you'll be saving yours, but let me get out of that. It's quick that way. Let me go to the variable view. Notice the decimals. I'm going to turn them to 2 because notice on the output there's 2 decimal places. So let's do that. And then let's look at what the difference is with the analyze, okay? So analyze, descriptive, descriptives, and it's still set from before. Click OK. Notice the numbers are the same as in the textbook here. 60.00, 95.00, and 1.00. Numbers on the side. We adjusted the how many decimal places too. So now let's go to the second thing on page number 34. It's descriptives and frequencies. So analyze and go descriptives and frequencies. Try again. Descriptives, frequencies. There it is. Okay, now what we want over there are height. So we want to select height. And we want to go to charts. What we're looking for is a bar chart. Notice on page number 35, it's a bar chart. That's what they're asking us to click. And so we're going to then, notice they don't have, they do have the frequencies checked. We're going to leave that. So we're going to click continue. Notice it says height, then we're going to click OK. And notice when we go down below the frequencies, there's a table that's on page 35. As far as what I mean by table is there's a bar graph, okay? Now let's turn to page number 38. What we're going to do with the same data, we're going to do a scatter plot. So we're going to go to chart builder. That's under graphs. We can do it right from the output. So graphs, chart builder. I like this to show up, but you can click there if you don't want it to show. Because I hear it. It's a prompt for me. So what we do here is the first one is scatter, so we're going to go down to scatter dot. It's the one on the left. We're going to click on it, hold down the left mouse, and we're going to drag it up. Okay? And in a textbook, what they want us to, what we're going to be choosing is the weight for the y-axis. So we're going to hold that down, left mouse, and then lift. That's the weight. Now the height is going to be on the x-axis. So we're going to click on the height, Click on the height, keep your left mouse button down, and then move it over and then release your left mouse button when you get on it. On the location of the x-axis, then click OK. Okay, let's move down. And that's what's in the book on page 39. That's the scatter plot, the output, and it has the participants appropriate X and Y. So now turn to page 40. We're going to go back to the chart builder again, graphs, chart builder, and what we want to do this time, notice this tab here in the center, it's called groups/point ID. I'm going to click on that. Notice it says grouping stacking variable. We're going to click that box to select it. Notice what came up here. Okay. We want to move into there is the sex. Hold it down with the left, lift it up. And I'm trying to click on select color, but it's not working. Let me click OK down here. Because the reason why I click that, it's a little confusing, the table when it comes up. It shows it in blue and green. Let me go down further. Because it shows the female down here in green and the male in blue up here. A little difficult to see that one. Then analyze. Again, because we're going to go chart builder, because notice on page 41, we're using a different data set. It's called grades. That's from section 6.4. So I'm going to close out of this. You're going to want to save that. I'm going to go down here to grades, bring that up. Pre-test, midterm, final, instruct, required. I put this in earlier and I saved it as I was entering it. Notice again I have the labels listed because I wanted to show my charts. And there's one value. Make sure you enter. 0 equals elective, 1 equals required. So I'm going to cancel because I already did that. And we have 3 scales and 2 nominal. So let's go back to our data view. We're going to do the analyze. We're going to go to chart builder again, graphs, chart builder, and what we're selecting this time is the bar graph and the clustered bars. So I'm going to hold down with the left mouse and then lift when I come up here. And what we're going to put on let's turn to page number 42. The y-axis. Oh yes, this is a little bit of a tricky one because we're having 3 on there. So the first one's we're going to select, and we're going to hold down the left control key. The control key at the same time is when we hold it down, we click the mouse, and now after we select the last one, we push down the left mouse button, we can lift the control key while we keep the left mouse button down. When we get above it, we release the left mouse button. Because earlier it only let me select 2 at a time when I was in this. As far as how many category labels do you want. The variables only let me select 2. So now I click OK because I'm telling it, yes, I want all these index category labels. Okay. And then notice index is the same in the book. So what we want to do is instruct. That will go over to the right here. The cluster on X. Okay. So then we go down here and we click OK. And let's see, we may have to go down to the output for this. Okay, that's the same as what you have in a textbook on page 43. Now, let's go to page 44. We did this before. This is the other data set. So again, you'll be saving your data and making screenshots of the appropriate ones. So I'm going to minimize this to get back into the other one. Height, weight, and sex. We already did this earlier, but we can do it again. You do it descriptives, frequencies, its height, the charts, again, histogram, and then you click show normal curve on histogram, and then continue. Oh wait, get rid of display frequency tables, so if you don't want those to show on it, but if you do want to see them, click the box. For this one, we don't want to see them, so click OK. And is it on the bottom again? I think so. There it is. There's the output for that. And that's again the same. It's the same as your chapter, the section 4.6, chapter 4. So now we've completed chapter 4. I'm going to take a little break, and then we're going to go on to chapter 5.